Welcome back to some Junding. Currently 2-1 in the league. Lost a rough one to Death Shadow where I just needed to draw a little bit better. Yeah, I'm not keeping a 5-land hand. Not with the London Mole. Yeah, much better. I think I'm gonna bottom the swamp. Because I want to cast turn 2 Renin 6 anyway, and I want to go turn 1 Inquisition into Renin 6, which means I'm gonna have to shock. Wonder what we're up against. So far, I've seen Hollow One, Urza, and Grixis Shadow. This hand would be decent. Yeah, this hand's actually decent kind of across the board. Just a very good Jund hand. What I'm lacking, though, is a little bit of creature removal. So if I see, like, turn 1 Glistener Elf, I could be in a little bit of trouble here. Well, I guess Renin 6 takes care of that, so never mind. Turn 1... Maybe a Boggle. Opponent kept 7. Wishing my opponent good luck. Maybe they're making themselves a sandwich. Had a pretty good sandwich earlier. Made myself an Italian sub. Was pretty happy with it. It's a pretty good lunch. It's a really icy, cold, terrible day. Let me see if I can pull that up. This is what I woke up to. Just look at that ice. Like, that was the grass. You step on grass and it's slippery. I mean, the puppy loved it because she was just running around, slipping, tripping everywhere. This is coals, like ash, and it just froze over in a really weird way. I just thought it was absolutely crazy. Like, you touch these cinders, and normally they just kind of like crumble away, but because they're covered in ice, they were hard. They're like tiny little like diamonds. Really, really crazy, awkward weather. But I just woke up to an ice storm, so I was like, I am not working in the field today. I'm not driving when this is what, like, if grass looks like that, this is what grass looks like. The road's pretty terrible, too. No thanks. No thanks. Opponent had some connection issues and just rejoined. Turn 1 Misty. Okay, up against Titanshift. I get to Inquisition again next turn, so I'll just take their turn 2 play. And I'll take Dryad next. And now I need to start clocking my opponent before they can land that prime time. Good draw besides land would be like another Thoughtseize effect. If I draw like a Thoughtseize, I can run in 6, pick up a land, play a land, and then cast Thoughtseize and take away their prime time or that pact. Like, even another Inquisition is good to get rid of that pact. Okay. There are no instants. I think it's better if I just drop a second Goyf as opposed to like run in 6, grab a land. I know progress my mana is important, but I'm not gonna win a super long game here. Like, they have Titan. Even worse, they have another Titan next turn. So I don't really think I can win from here. Can't even cast Terminate, can't... The good news is my opponent will not be getting zombies off of this Titan because they have only 4 name types. They won't be getting Valakut triggers off of this. They might even just Summoner's Pact for a Dryad. In that case, what can I even do here? Inquisition's, I think, by far and away probably my best pickup. No blocks. Okay, opponent is not having any of those blocks. And I should just be dead here. If only that was a fatal push. I'm going to be in a much better spot because they can just pact for Dryad here and get like a Field of the Dead, another Valakut, and I'm just dead. Yep. Alright, what do I want here? I think I want all of this. Trophy's really good at hitting Dryad or Titan or land. Bolt is just pretty bad here. Push is also kind of mediocre. I love Terminate and Trophy though. Colgan's command is okay at hitting like the top of their deck, but it's not like the best thing I can be doing. Running 6 just kind of helps me keep going, but I could see cutting one. Scoos doesn't do much here. I think I like that better. One land's a mulligan. Two lands. Unfortunately, running 6 doesn't do too much here. Need to hit my third land drop. And that will help. Good old Bob. If I could draw a fetch land off the top, that'd be really good. Any land would be really good, I guess, just to be able to Fulminator stuff away here. So this is less Titanshift and more like a Titan field. This will stop them from casting Dryad on curve. Being on the play was really important here. Wow, alright. So how many Valakids can I blow up here, I guess is the real question. Do I want to attack with Raging Ravine or Bloodbraid? I think Bloodbraid's probably just got the higher ceiling here. And that way I can still hold up push for Dryad. This is a case of I hit every single sideboard card I have. So I'm feeling pretty good. Just in case my opponent... I normally don't minus, but just in case my opponent has Ramanop, they can't buy back those Valakids here. Snow-covered island. Why would my opponent be running an island? Actually, I can attack for 4, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it's not lethal, so I might as well Inquisition. One, two, three, four. I think I'm just going to sit back and keep holding up this Terminate. Yep. I'm going to minus my opponent here so I can get a little bit extra information because I have lethal on board. Dismember, Oracle Moldiah, Tracker, just a typical stuff here. Red, green, and opponent concedes. Okay. Oracle of Moldiah and Tireless Tracker means that maybe I want access to a bolt. Especially if I'm on the draw. Okay, so I have hate cards. I think this is a situation where I have to keep a one land hand. Unfortunately, it makes me not super happy. What are my odds here? I have 2 draw steps. I think I gotta do it. It's gotta be a green, but I think I gotta do it here. Opponent is keeping, so I just have Inquisition, Thoughtseize. I don't have too much pressure here, but I have to. If I can hit my land drops in this bad matchup, I think I can pull this game out. Still don't know what this island is for. They have 2 different islands. They have a snow-covered island, and here's a basic island. It seems kind of bad to me. It seems like their whole deck is built around Dryad. Oh, that was so important. Okay. Go Overgrown Tomb. Right? Or do I want the basic forest? Am I going to... I might just go Inquisition Thoughtseize here. Or I can go Renin 6. My opponent's going to cast Courser of Crufix next turn, which I don't really care about. So I think I want to go Renin 6 here, and then I can Fulminator Mage next turn. And if I'm going Renin 6 here, I'm okay just getting the basic. My opponent's got all basics in play, so I can't even Fulminator them. Okay. Kind of annoying. Yep. And to Thoughtseize away either the Summoner's Pact or the Hour of Promise. Either one is pretty rough for me. So next turn, they get to Hour of Promise. So I think I have to. I'm kind of locked into Thoughtseizing that away. Or they can Titan. So let's get rid of the Pact. So the Hour of Promise, they're going to get zombies. And a bunch of clues. This one's a little rough here. It's a little tricky. I need to dodge my opponent top decking a Titan. I need to figure out how I'm going to beat Field the Dead, because as long as I hold on to this trophy and time it right, I never have to worry about Valakut, because I just have to dodge Dryad in that case. Okay, this is interesting. They're choosing not to Hour of Promise this turn, even though I know they can. Both at Ren and 6. If they don't crack a clue, I'll take this trade. If they do crack a clue, I'll blow up their Valakut. Dismember on top of their deck now. Okay. That's a pretty good draw. So my opponent's got a Dismember in hand, and they're drawing a Prime Time. Bad things for me. I'm more interested in trying to clock them at this point. I know they do run Radiant Fountain. I saw that last game, so something to bear in mind here. If I Fulminate our Mage, blow up the Castle Garenbrig, in response, they can tap and float the 6 mana for the Titan. But it does mean that they are not going to get... Let me check the gathering text on Field. So if they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 differently named lands, Titan gets them 6, 7. If I blow up a land in response, they will not get the field triggers. So I want to save that for the field if I can, and then I can trophy their Titan. This tracker's starting to be a problem here, though. But with Dismember, Hour Promise, and Vesuva in hand. Field and Cownley, huh? Cownley's pretty good. Running 6 can eat that alive, though. One, two, three, four, five, 6 differently named lands, so those should fizzle here. Does mean my running 6 is going to die, but it's worth it to not give my opponent those zombies. Yep. This is going to gain my opponent a life and give them another clue. Next turn they get to Hour of Promise and get zombies, which is a little rough. If I can time this correctly, they'll block with the plant. I'm bluffing that I have like a bolt here. Block with the plant. Good. Now I can Lily on the Veil, Edict, and kill their tracker. My bluff paid off. Perfect. Unless they dismember. Yep. My bluff would have worked a little bit better if I hadn't forgotten that they have dismember. And I hold on to the fetch land in case I draw into a Fatal Push. Prime time on the top, and enough mana to cast it. So, clue, crack, pick up prime time, get field triggers, and that will be all we wrote. Yep, I cannot beat that. I cannot beat the second Titan. Nope. Well, good match, and I'll see you in the next one.